I have been asked so many questions recently about my makeup, and so this is just a short video just to talk through only a few products that I'm using at the moment in my makeup routine. It's prompted really not only by the questions that I've been asked, but also because I have just in the last week or so changed my foundation over to the Bare Minerals Tinted Moisturiser. That's not to say I wasn't happy with what I was using before. Many of you will know already that I have been using for a long time the MAC Face and Body foundation, mixing two colours together to create my my skin tone, and then in the summer months when I'm a little bit dark on the face, I am going just with the one colour. Anyway, Bare Minerals. So I recently went to an event where I was gifted some products which I absolutely love. It's not often that happens, especially with foundation. I'm a bit funny about it. I like to have quite a light coverage, and I think as my skin is aging, I think it's better, well, what I think is less is more. So not kind of piling on more makeup to cover up the sort of imperfections or age-related issues, shall we say. So anyway, the Bare Minerals Good Hydrations Primer is what I'm putting on first. After I've cleansed and done all my other stuff, then I put on the Good Hydration. And it's a hydrating primer. It's really nice texture. Some primers that I've used have been really good at keeping makeup on throughout the day, but they kind of tend to like dry out my face and actually cause the makeup to sort of sink into like wrinkle areas, whereas this Hydrate primer, it isn't doing that. It's almost like another moisturiser. I like it a lot. So that's product number one, and then the next thing I'm putting on, the Tinted Moisturiser by Bare Minerals, which is actually called Complexion Rescue, and I was matched perfectly by the makeup artist at the event, and she matched me to Buttercream 03, which obviously won't be the same for everybody, but I was quite shocked because she just looked at my face and was like, this is the colour for you. So and it literally is exactly the same colour as my skin tone. So I'm so chuffed about that. Really lovely texture, goes on really beautifully. Like I'm wearing it now, and it doesn't, I mean, I look like I've got makeup on, but not loads. Oh, and bonus, SPF 30. I can't tell you how important that is. I'm like, anything with an SPF in has got my vote. Now, also, they gave me a concealer stick. I've got light, medium, neutral 05. Again, perfectly matched. Really nice stick. And I'm using this not under the eyes. I like to use a kind of quite a light shade under the eyes to do the triangle of light, which I've talked about before. This I'm just using on kind of like any kind of like blemishes or like little areas like sunspots where I've got a bit of pigmentation. I'll just kind of dot a bit of that around. So those are the Bare Minerals products that I'm really loving and have been using for the last week or so. Just so happy about it. Now, in terms of like creating a kind of glowing, healthy look, I also like to use this Trish McAvoy. It's called Correct and Even. It's a new product by her, and she's done it in I think 4 shades. This is shade number 3, so it's kind of quite dark, so I'm using it just around the edge of my face, just the top frame, and then here under the cheekbones, and then I'm blending that. I'll just dot it, literally dot. I'm not going to demonstrate because I've already got makeup on, but I just dot that round, dot, 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 and then a couple here and a couple there, and then I blend in with the Hourglass, this blending brush. I really love this brush, it's so good. So just like in a circular buffing motion round, and then you know, sucking in old school style. So that's really good for just like making me look like I've caught a bit of sun. And then also Hourglass, this palette from Hourglass, it's got a highlighter, a blusher, and also like a kind of contouring colour. Oh look, you can see the cars over the road. And the Dirty Mirror, rank. Anyway, at the moment I'm only using the highlighter bit from the palette. It's such a nice texture and a nice shade. I just put it on the top of my cheekbones here, top of the brow bone, a little bit over the nose, and on the Cupid's bow here. And then finishing with Elizabeth Arden Cream Blusher. Now, I've talked before about this blusher, but the one I was recommending was one called Nectar, which was an exact shade match to Lady Blush from MAC, which I was devastated about the fact that they had discontinued it. Anyway, so that was great using Nectar, but I've just discovered this shade called Honey, and it's so good. It's like kind of almost like a slightly browny pink, and I'm loving it. I've got it on right now, and what I've been doing is just kind of putting it on, but also just putting a touch on my nose and like rubbing a bit on my forehead, just so it looks like I've caught the sun. I feel like it's doing a good job of faking it. Anyway, so that is all I'm going to talk to you about. Those products are really, really making me happy at the moment, and I feel like they give quite a good, radiant, healthy glow, and especially on aging skin. So I hope that's been helpful, and I hope you enjoy those products too if you decide to go for it. And that's all from me for now. Goodbye.